It's day 9 of Vlogmas. I'm glad that you're here today. I am later in the day today, catching up with Vlogmas day 9, and I'm in here. I'm going to have a nighttime cup of tea, but I'm still going to do the Advent tea that we've got. I've got some things in the works that I've got to get done. I've got to share it with you. Here is my coffee cup that I'm drinking out of today. And I got it from Home Goods. The price tag is still on it. It's $5.99. I did wash it. The price tag is wet. Well, I'm going to just enjoy a good cup of tea. And because it is so late, I am not going to drink anything that's highly caffeinated. Let's see what's in day 9 of our Advent calendar tea. And whatever is in here, I'm going to mix it with some chamomile tea. So let us go directly to day 9. It takes me a minute to find it. I'm sure y'all find it before I do. And you're thinking, what's wrong with her? It's right there. Right here it is. Some of them are a little harder to open than others. Well, it is not chamomile, so let's hope it's not a morning tea, because then it'll have a lot of caffeine in it. I'm hoping it's the evening tea, the afternoon tea. When we turn the box over, it tells us what's in here. The English breakfast tea. I'm thinking the breakfast tea probably has more caffeine in it than the afternoon tea. Or maybe the afternoon tea has the same amount, because that would be a pickup, wouldn't it? Anyway, it's black tea. I can tell that from looking at it. I'm going to open it up and smell of it. It's one of these here. And I'll let you know when I taste it what it is. Get it out of its little package here. You know me, I always have to smell it so I can see what it is before I taste it. It just tastes like a good, it smells like a good black tea. So I'm going ahead and dropping that on in my cup. And then I'm going to add to it one of the teas that my sweet sister sent me. The organic chamomile Taylor's. You know I love Taylor's tea. So I'm just going to go ahead and add that to my black tea that I'm drinking here. That way, the Taylor's chamomile tea will help me rest. And I won't have to worry about nothing keeping me up too long tonight. But I got a few things I got to get done. I feel like I need to get them done. I'm going to share with you what I call piddling. I piddle around here and get these things done. And I'll share with you what those things are. A friend of mine gave me some turmeric roots. They came in these little containers right here. They're from Fiji. And I've got them laying out on this cardboard box. I'm going to dry them out a little bit. We'll dehydrate them. Go through what I can't use and keep what I can. It looks like I can use most of them. They look really, really good. I'll use these in recipes and I'll use them in teas. But I'm going to get them dried out so that I can use them. Now I'm going to let this tea steep just a little bit. And then I'm going to go over here and water the flowers. I've got 2 of them here in the sink that looked really dry. This little prayer plant, it looks like I hope I haven't waited too late to water it. And of course this little rabbit foot fern, it always needs to be wet. It drinks a tremendous amount of water. It's still alive, but it looks pitiful. Looks a little dried out. I flip this sign and it helps me remember what needs to be watered. So when I get finished with all this, I'll flip this back to the plants that's been watered. But things are dry and I can't let things dry out. I'll have to pick off the dried leaves. That's what happens inside. That happens when you have indoor plants because, you know, the humidity level for plants is so much higher than it is for us. And I cannot always keep this moist. I keep a lot of air moving, so it's not real humid in here. And sometimes these little plants suffer because of that. I got to get in here and trim off what needs to be trimmed off. But everything has new growth on it. Everything's looking pretty good. You can see the new leaves, little leaves right here. So wherever I've got the plants, I've got to be sure that I'm watering. This is a new leaf on this. Donald has really enjoyed watching this new leaf open. It uncurled and unfurled. And look at that whale fin. It's got a pup on it. This is the original whale fin I bought. And this is the pup that it grew off of the side of it. And that thing is massive. So it's doing really well right here. The snake plant. But I've got to give things water because I can't let it dry up just because it's Christmas and I'm focusing on decorating and other things. Got to make sure I get all these plants some good water. Make sure that everything's doing okay. I know when my daughter gave me this cutting, she said, "Mom, don't let that die." So I'm doing my best not to let it die. It's got a new leaf on it. It's beautiful. Here's another one. So I'm trying to keep that good and healthy. I'll have to get up under there and make sure all those that are under there are getting adequate light. And I wanted to share with you my little baby African violet. You know, the leaf that fell off when I was bringing it in. I stuck it down in this little McDonald's cup. I put some soil in it and I've kept it moist. And you can see the new little plant is growing. Look at that little thing in there. It's an African violet, a leaf that I just stuck down in and created a little terrarium out of this cup. And it's got its new little baby growing in there. That new plant's coming up from that leaf, and I'm tickled to death with that, so I'm trying to keep that growing. There's quite a bit I need to do. Just wipe down my plants and make sure I give them plenty of good water. And so I'll be doing that. Keeping them as moist as I can, and we'll see what comes of it all. I also have this plant that usually lives where we put Candy Cane Lane. We put Candy Cane Lane right here. And that plant usually lives right here near the window where it can get a lot of sun from this door. I moved this from the living room, but it's not in its right place. I'll have to find a good place for that. And I've got this plant over here. Gotta make sure I keep it plenty watered good so that it's not getting too dry. Look at those roots. Look at those aerial roots. It's really looking for somewhere to stretch out. It's a monstera, and it's beautiful, and it gets adequate light right here from the door that's across from it. That's the Christmas tree box. I got to get it took downstairs. And there's just a lot going on. I wanted to show you the amaryllis. Look how beautiful it's doing. And yes, it's Vlogmas, but I still have to water the house plants and keep everything that's alive around here alive. I have to feed the animals outside, our little rabbits and our hens, and all the little things we've got to take care of. And I've got to plan meals and do all the regular things with all the holiday stuff added on. So that's why I'm up late tonight, to try and make sure I get those plants watered. My tea's still really hot. But it's always good. I love chamomile and I love black tea, so it'll be delicious. I've also got to make some chapstick, which, you know, I'm just going to make a salve, which can be used on any area that's chapped. It's really been cold and blustery and a lot of wind, and, you know, I've shared with you that my lips have been wanting to be chapped, and so I've got to get some chapstick made so I can, or lip balm, so I can go ahead and start using that, and not my lips won't get real chapped. They've been trying to get chapped here for a while. So I've got out the things that I'm going to make the lip balm with. I'm going to use the beeswax, vitamin E oil, and calendula oil. These are the calendula oils that I've had been infusing for quite a while. I'll be using those to make the lip balm. I'll need a cup of oil. There's probably more than enough in here, but I just brought this little bottle out in case I needed to add a little more to it. Now, I use calendula oil for different things. I'll use it straight oil. You know, it's in here with fractionated coconut oil. But I'll use it straight out of the bottle. I'll use this little recycled bottle here to infuse this calendula oil, so it would be accessible when I needed it to put on bruises or anything that I might use it for other than making a salve or a balm with it. And this one, you know, I've had infusing so I could make that salve. I'm going to add a little bit of vitamin E to it, and I add vitamin E because it is great for the skin. It enhances the properties, emollients that helps your skin, but it also is a preservative. So I want to add vitamin E. None of these have they don't have a strong odor, I don't think. And so they'll be plenty good enough to use with the beeswax to make a good chapstick or a lip balm. So I've still got to do that. That's in the works right here. That'll probably be a separate video. And I got the tins, you know, that I need to make the lip balm in. Got different sizes, and there's some small ones in here that'll be perfect for the lip balm. This one. And I like the screw-on lids because you don't have to worry about if you're carrying it in your purse in the summer and it gets hot, like if your purse is in the car or whatever, you know, you don't have to worry about it leaking out. Here's an even tinier little tin that would be great for lip balm. And of course, I've got to make some because I'm out. I'm completely out of anything that I could really use for chapstick. Now, my basic salve recipe is 1 cup of oil, whatever oil I'm making, to 1 ounce of beeswax, and that's what I usually use with salve. And I might make this salve a little or balm a little bit firmer. I may add just cut slightly back, not a lot, but not quite a whole cup of oil, so that my lip balm will be a little bit more firm than it is when I make the salve, and then that way it'll stay on my lips better, the beeswax. So, but I'll bring you along with me when I make that. I don't know if I'll get to that tonight or not. I'll probably have to do a separate video on just making the lip balm, but I've got everything pulled out here so that everything will be ready when it's time for me. I'll have it all together when it's time for me to use it. So it's here, you know, if not in day 9, then, you know, just within, you know, by tomorrow, I'll have to go ahead and make this so I can go ahead and get this stuff out of the way. Go ahead and get it done, get it over with, and move on to the next thing. And of course, you can order whatever you need off of the famous ordering place that brings your products to you. You can certainly do that. I've got these two. I think I got this at Walgreens. These I made, but I did order the fractionated coconut oil and the yellow beeswax. Not only do I have these plants that's right here in my dining area to water and take care of, I've also got them in the living room and other places. I've got these that's right here in the kitchen, and this looks like it's dry. I hate for this to dry out. I like to keep it good and moist. This would grow in a rainforest, so it would stay much more moist than I have it. But I hope that cooking, sometimes when I'm in here boiling things, I'm hoping that it gives this the moisture it needs, but it is starting to dry out. So I'm going to have to get up here and give it water. And of course, here's another one. And it's just overflowing, but it needs water. And I've got this philodendron and this other a snake plant. And this beautiful plant right here. Got to make sure they all have plenty of water and doing great. I've got a Christmas cactus over here, and of course it doesn't stay that dark all the time. And I've got one right here that I've got to make sure that has water. And can't let the poinsettia dry out. It's got to have all of its water. It's still looking pretty. It's lost a few leaves, but I'm going to water it and make sure it's got everything it needs. And of course I got the Norfolk Island pine that I brought in from outside. It's going to need plenty of water. Got a lot of things that I need to keep alive around here. Of course they bring me great joy, and I don't mind watering them. I don't mind keeping up the plants because I really enjoy them. You know, if you're a gardener and you want to take care of plants while your garden is been put to bed for the winter, then house plants are an excellent way to bring in some beauty, some green and garden. But it takes a little work. Thank you all for watching the Vlogmas videos. They've been doing good. Thank you for watching and enjoying my friend Sharon's house. It was beautiful, wasn't it? She had it decorated so beautifully for Christmas. It has been cold here. I'm not sure how it is where you're at, but it's been cold and blustery. And it's not a good day to get out and do a lot. I had a few things planned today, but I didn't do them because I didn't want to get out in the weather. It was just, it was a day to stay in. I had a good day of solitude. I got to do some reading. I got to just enjoy being at home, quiet, and I did get a few things put where they needed to be, and that was a real treat for me. So I enjoyed my day. I really did. I cannot complain that it was cold, and I'm not complaining. I'm just saying it's cranking up for winter here. We already had that little snow. It wasn't a lot of snow, but it was beautiful and it was enjoyable. It came, it didn't stay. But there were a lot of accidents. With that little snow that came. It was slick. It was a wet, melty snow, and then the temperature dropped, and so it made a layer of ice on the road, and so it created a lot of accidents. So that was not good, but that's what happens around here. I hope that we have beautiful snows and that they come and go so that people can get where they need to go. Schools don't close down much. They didn't last year. Maybe 3 snow days the whole total of last year. So that was good. It was a mild winter. We'll see how this winter goes. Not sure. You never know. We got to wait and see what it's going to be like. I didn't do any cooking or baking today. I should have, but on Mondays we usually don't do that. I usually don't do a lot of that, but I've got some baking and stuff that I want to catch up on. I'll include you when I start that, which has got to be soon. If you've watched my channel and you've watched my decorating channel, then you know I'm a little bit behind. I did get the nativity scene out, and my back is feeling some better, or my hip. I think I cracked a rib and bruised my hip. But I seem to be getting up and down a little bit better and feeling a lot better. So that's healing up, and that's good, because I was hoping it wasn't going to hinder how what I was able to get done around here for the holidays, for Christmas coming up. So I was real glad for that. I'm not going to stay up too late tonight. It's some things will just have to be left until tomorrow. It's impossible for me to get everything I need to get done today. I did work on laundry. I got a lot of things sorted, some things put back where they needed to be. Everything but the Christmas tree box. You saw it sitting in the hall. I'll have to get that thing put up. I want to get this lip balm made so that I can start using it. And there's just things that I got to get done. They're kind of high on the list, but once I get, those things done and out of the way, maybe I can even out and start doing some baking. I want to bake some cookies. My grandkids love cookies. They're my little cookie testers. They always like to see what Grammy's making and eat the treats. And I keep this sign up year round. And that's the truth. My grandkids are my little cookie tasters. And they'll be expecting to taste some things. I've got to maintain. I've got a lot going on. I've got to keep up with it all. Well, I hope things are going good for you. I hope you're having a wonderful lead into Christmas and enjoying. The first week's already gone. We're already into the second week of December, and here we go. We got to get caught up and get ready for the wonderful celebrations, the times we're going to see family, and the things that we want to get done. But we're got to make sure to slow down and enjoy it. That's what I'm going to try to do. I'm going to slow down and just enjoy things and get done when I can, and what does not get done, I'm not going to worry about it. I'm just going to let it go and enjoy my family, enjoy what I can get done, and just take it from there instead of stressing. For the last few years, I've just tried to have no stress holidays. Just enjoy what I can get done and go from there. I'm always glad when you join me for any of my videos, and I'm really glad that you're joining me for Vlogmas. I get to share some things that are a little more laid back, and well, I'm always laid back and transparent, you know that. But Vlogmas, when you do it every day and you're really trying to get things done, it's a little more laid back. But I'm thankful that you joined me today. I'll share with you when I make the lip balm, and it'll be another video tomorrow. We'll enjoy another Vlogmas video tomorrow. Thank you for joining me, and like always, until next time.